The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Carolina Panthers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they enter play here. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can you remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. Leading them out is their 6'3" quarterback, the 3rd overall selection in 2018, Sam Darnold.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Alright, this is our first look at the defending Super Bowl champs.
Darnold on first down. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they work this well upfield.
After winning the Super Bowl, the Panthers they started off the season bad. They were 0-2, 1-4, but then they started putting it together. Since then, they've been 8-1 and killing it. Right now, tied with the Bucs for the #1 seed in the NFC. The Eagles. This is a rematch of the NFC Championship from last year. The Eagles have not done that good. Haven't really gotten the hang of it. Foles is now back in for the Eagles. He's been for a few games, though, and they just can't keep it going. I don't know. However, it is picked off. So let's see. Maybe this is the Eagles game. Enjoy the video.
Eagles are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. As you get a peek at a man who entered the league in 2012 as a 3rd-round draft pick, Nick Foles.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts.
The Eagles have
and
not
trying
had
to play
good
better.
luck this year, like they always do.
First carry for Kenneth Gainwell. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They toss this out right to Gainwell. And some room to run now. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big play there. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And now a toss play for Gainwell. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, You and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Trying to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And the Eagles have recovered. And Parker, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, Gainwell looking for space. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now Foles. It's around the 6. Devontae Smith with touchdown number 7 of the year. And the Eagles on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play. Just didn't have any points. So now, it's game on.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. They have the short field, and they need quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And that is going to be a safety. So give 2 points to the defense. They were in hot pursuit there, and in the end, they force him out of bounds.
You just wondered how he was going to get out of this one, Brandon. We saw him painting himself into a corner, and finally has nowhere to go but out the side of the end zone. When I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made, is the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
Foles. This is Smith to the ground. He goes down the line before getting his inside the 25. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Goes right back to Smith again. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. There's Foles. Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the touchdown. Devontae Smith with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they...
Yeah, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Elliott good with a PAT. And that can be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Touchdown, here's Elliott on the kick away. And a mistake on the lateral, it's a loose ball. And fortunately, the offense will cover this one up back at the 5-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secure. And a lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in everyone to this Christmas Eve edition of the...
Okay, well, so hyped for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the 3rd quarter. Let me spit this out. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. Certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. The give running right is Gainwell. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And they'll stay on the ground with Gainwell again. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7.
It'll be real interesting to take a look at this play later, because on this pitch toss play, I get the sense that he just followed the pulling guard or the pulling offensive lineman through that hole and spilled this play early.
Yeah, because he didn't even get to the outer third of the field. He was talking the middle third.
Yeah, when you're talking about a pitch or a toss tackled there, that means they read it fast and diagnosed it and knocked him down in a hurry.
On is the punt team now as this one sent away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now Charles, can the... offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
On first down, it's Darnold. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. A first down throw, Darnold. Dancing to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he...
And a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
The Eagles' offense set to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's and on the pitch, the ball's loose, and the Panthers have recovered. So potentially a turning point here in the third quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines, tackle him, second guy in, tackle the ball.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They come up first and 10 at the 16. That is caught. It's Anderson. Touchdown, Panthers. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Panthers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now Matt Rule keeping the offense on the field to go for 2 here. And they go with McCaffrey. And he is in for the 2 points. And they're back within a score as the lead's cut to 8. And that almost makes it a brand new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll look to throw here on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's almost human nature, isn't it? They score on one play, you come out on offense, you try to do exactly the same thing. They tried the deep ball, couldn't quite connect, but give them an A for effort.
And it's totally intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6. Panther touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He didn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
After the interception, here's Darnold. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up. His time is now run out. this third quarter of play. We're off to the fourth quarter here on Christmas Eve. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. A big mistake there. You just got the lead fourth quarter, and now they start at the 40. So that one will be accepted. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he loses the football a second time. And the Panthers have recovered. And partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
Darnold to throw. He'll have a first down inside the 10. Touchdown, Panthers. Juju Smith-Schuster hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers have taken the lead.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and zero relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Part one is done, but now on the sideline, you already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Extra point.
So with a missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Oh, mistake there. The kickoff out of bounds. And Charles, this is one of those inexcusable special teams penalties, an out-of-bounds kickoff.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. Sometimes errors occur because of situations.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. He'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
The try for Rager, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Panthers have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. Unable to corral him. He fights through. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Panthers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Now it's Darnold. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Fielder down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. One of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. And the kickoff sails out of bounds, and that's going to be a penalty.
You can see the looks on the faces of the rest of the team. You have one job to do. Just kick the ball and play.
Well, that's exactly right, Charles. The kicker, and this is just inexcusable.
Absolutely inexcusable. Everyone out there slugging it out for the entire game. Execute your job.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
That's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill. When your guys are struggling to put points on the board all afternoon, there's an incompletion right there.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Foles. Smith catches left side. Touchdown, Eagles! Devontae Smith, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Elliott good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th. As it comes with a minute 15 left to go in the second half. So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. It looked like the Eagles got this back. Yes, Philadelphia football. So they needed the onside kick. They got it. Now they need a field goal.
And that's the beauty of this. They don't have to get 6. A field goal ties the ball game for them. Nicely executed play.
So Foles and the Eagles down by a field goal. A minute 15 remaining. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. He's back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. Touchdown! Philadelphia! Devontae Smith, 53 yards. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. So minutes after giving up the lead in the 4th quarter, they say not so fast. Big play, and they grab that lead right back.
Talk about a seesaw game. Up, down, up, down. Did you have seesaw? Did you play that when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah. Out on the playground, absolutely.
You had to make sure that you matched weight on the other side, though, right? Otherwise, you could be up in the air a long time.
By the way, we're not done in this one. I think we're set up for an exciting finish. Elliott good with a PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. Touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. else. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established his run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time on the catch and run. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he's got his big tight end here. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. One last throw now for Darnold. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. So here's Darnold now as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2. McCaffrey, they're trying to run it in, and they can't convert. It's incomplete. But they still have the lead here in the final moments of this game.
Well, I don't think it takes much to crawl into their mind, right, why they went for 2 there, even though they were unsuccessful. With this type of a lead, what they're worried about, right, and less than 10 seconds on the clock, what they're worried about is just giving up the touchdown.
Yeah, on the kickoff return.
Yeah, so you go for it here to try and ensure yourself. Now, they've got to make sure they cover it, otherwise they could actually lose.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds. And the kicker commits the kicker's cardinal sin. He kicks it out of bounds. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Panthers are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them.
Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.